The vast emptiness of space stretched endlessly in every direction. Stars glittered like distant fireflies, but in this lonely part of the galaxy, even they seemed muted, swallowed by darkness. Among the floating rocks and frozen debris of a remote asteroid field, one small ship moved silently. Inside, a young explorer named Aria adjusted the controls of her sleek scout vessel. Her eyes scanned the asteroid map displayed on her visor. She had been searching these regions for weeks, chasing rumors of lost technology and forgotten relics. Most people said nothing of value remained here. Most people were wrong. Her ship drifted closer to a jagged asteroid, and her sensors picked up an anomaly. It was faint, buried under layers of cosmic dust, almost invisible to the naked eye. "What is that?" Aria whispered to herself, leaning closer. Her heart thumped with excitement. She maneuvered her ship carefully, dodging floating rocks and debris. There, half buried against the gray surface of a massive asteroid, was a spaceship. It wasn't just any ship. Its hull was cracked and worn, scarred by centuries of neglect, yet its design was unlike anything Aria had ever seen. Angular and elegant, the ship seemed almost alive, as if it were breathing beneath the dust and grime. Aria's gloved hand brushed against her scanner. "Let's see what you are hiding," she murmured. The scanner beeped and whirred as it tried to decode the hull's material. Strange symbols glimmered faintly in her HUD. Lines and curves intertwined in patterns she couldn't read, yet they drew her eyes, compelling her to look closer. She floated closer in zero gravity, pushing her excitement aside to remain careful. Her fingers touched the cold metal of the ship. It was rough, scarred, and heavy with age, but something vibrated beneath her fingertips, subtle yet undeniable. Her scanner lit up suddenly, red lines racing across the screen. A serial number appeared. It was long, complicated, and familiar in a way she couldn't explain. She read it out loud: Zeta 9-1-7. Sigma, something. She tried to memorize it, but the numbers seemed to shift in her mind, almost as if they were alive. A strange warmth ran up her arm, and the metal beneath her fingers hummed softly. Her eyes widened. This isn't just a ship," she whispered. "It's something else. Something alive." The asteroid field around her seemed to grow colder. Shadows stretched from the jagged rocks, though there was no sun to cast them. For a moment, she felt as if unseen eyes were watching her. Her breath caught. She wasn't alone. Aria forced herself to calm down. She was trained for this, years of exploring uncharted space, years of staring danger in the face, but nothing had prepared her for this. The ship wasn't merely old. It was ancient, far older than any human design. And yet, it was almost too precise, too perfect. She had seen relics before, broken and useless. This one felt ready. Ready to move. Ready to speak. Her scanner beeped again. More readings came through, more symbols lighting up, flowing like liquid fire across the screen. The ship's hull seemed to respond to her presence, pulsing faintly beneath the layers of dust. Aria could feel it in her chest, a heartbeat not her own, strong and steady, hiding beneath the centuries. She reached for her tablet and began taking notes, her hands shaking slightly. Every symbol she scanned seemed to tell a story, whispers of battles long forgotten, of stars that had burned out centuries ago. She felt a strange connection to it, as if the ship itself wanted her to find it. Suddenly, her ship's radar picked up a blip in the distance. She froze, staring at the screen. Nothing should be here, this region was uninhabited. Yet the signal was faint, mechanical, and deliberate. Someone, or something, was watching her. Her pulse raced. Aria took a deep breath, forcing herself to focus. She couldn't leave. Not now. Not when she had discovered something no one else in the galaxy had seen for hundreds of years. This was her chance to uncover a secret, a legacy lost to time. She floated closer, her eyes scanning the ship's entrance, a hatch partially buried in rock. Her hand rested on the cold metal. Another pulse ran through the hull, stronger this time. A low hum echoed in her ears, faint but unmistakable. The ship was alive, and it knew she was there. "All right," she whispered, more to herself than anyone else. "Let's see what secrets you're hiding." As she prepared to open the hatch, a sudden shadow passed over her visor. She looked up and froze. In the distance, beyond the asteroid belt, something moved, something vast, sleek, and impossibly silent. It watched her, and she knew it wasn't human. The serial number burned in her memory. She didn't yet know what it meant, or what the ship wanted from her. But one thing was certain: whatever she had discovered, it would change everything. And in that frozen silence of the asteroid field, Arya realized that she had just stepped into a story far larger than herself, one that could awaken the ghosts of an alien warrior long forgotten. Arya floated in zero gravity, her gloves brushing against the ship's cold, ancient hull. The strange hum continued, almost like a heartbeat, pulsing beneath the layers of dust. She could feel it more than hear it, a living presence hiding beneath metal and age. Her heart raced. She reached for her portable AI assistant, a small cube that hovered beside her, scanning and recording every detail. AI, run a full scan on the serial number, she ordered. The cube buzzed softly and projected a holographic display in front of her. Streams of numbers, symbols, and alien letters danced across the air. The AI hesitated. Its lights flickered. Then it beeped in a pattern Arya had never seen before. Red lines flashed across the display, accompanied by a faint warning: unknown classification. Potential threat detected. Arya frowned. Threat? It's just a ship, isn't it? She tried to push away the unease creeping up her spine. She had dealt with ancient tech before. But this was different. This was alive in ways she couldn't understand. She touched the holographic projection, and it reacted. The alien symbols shifted, forming patterns that resembled a map, constellations she didn't recognize, lines connecting points like battle routes across the galaxy. Her eyes widened. The serial number wasn't just an identifier. It was a key, a code, a map of something much larger than she had imagined. A low vibration ran through the ship, startling her. Dust swirled around her in zero gravity, tiny particles catching the faint light of distant stars. The ship seemed to respond to her touch, as if it had been waiting for someone to unlock it. AI, translate the symbols, she said urgently. The cube hummed, processing, then projected a single line of text in glowing green letters. Legacy of the warrior. Protect at all cost. Activate only the chosen. Arya's heart skipped a beat. The message made no sense, until she remembered the rumors she had heard long ago. Tales of an alien warrior, a soldier of unmatched skill and power, whose legacy had been lost when his fleet vanished centuries ago. Could it be true? Could this ship really belong to him? Her mind raced. If the Ari's translation was correct, then the serial number wasn't random. It was a signal, a calling card. It marked her, or someone like her, as the chosen one to awaken whatever lay inside. The holographic display shifted again. Images of alien warriors flashed before her eyes, armored figures, weapons glowing with energy, ships moving like predators through the stars. Each image lasted only a moment before disappearing, leaving her with a deep sense of awe and fear. Then the ship hummed louder, almost impatiently. A hatch slowly slid open, revealing a dark interior lined with strange lights and alien glyphs. The air inside was thick with dust, but it carried a faint, metallic scent that made her stomach tighten. She could feel the ship watching her, guiding her. Arya hesitated at the threshold. Every instinct told her to be careful. Every explorer in history knew that curiosity could be deadly. But she couldn't stop. She had come too far. She floated inside, the AI hovering beside her, casting pale blue light over the alien walls. Panels lit up as she passed, reacting to her presence. A console in the center of the room activated, projecting a 3D model of the galaxy. Bright dots blinked across it, each marking locations of forgotten battles, hidden bases, and lost fleets. "This is incredible," she whispered. Her voice echoed slightly, swallowed by the metal and silence. "It's like a history of war, of an entire civilization." Suddenly, her scanner beeped frantically. A new serial number appeared on the console, different from the first. It pulsed like a heartbeat. The Ari's warning lights flashed red. "Arya, caution," it buzzed. "The data indicates high risk." Unknown forces may be attracted to this signal. Her pulse quickened. The ship wasn't just a relic. It was a beacon, sending signals across the galaxy. Whoever, or whatever, had created this technology had made sure it would not stay hidden forever. A sudden flicker of light caught her eye. From a corner of the room, a small compartment opened on its own. Inside lay a piece of armor, glowing faintly with energy, unlike anything human-made. She reached for it, trembling. The moment her fingers touched the surface, a shock ran through her, not painful but electric, as if the armor recognized her. The AI beeped urgently. Warning. Physical contact may trigger unknown protocols. Arya froze. But it was too late. The armor's glow intensified, and a holographic figure appeared above it, a projection of a tall alien warrior, clad in battle armor. His eyes glowed with light, and his voice, though silent, reverberated inside her mind. You have found what was lost. You are the chosen. The legacy begins with you. Arya staggered back, her mouth dry. She stared at the warrior, at the ship, at the symbols glowing all around her. Her mind raced with questions. Who had he been? Why had the ship waited for her? And what danger was she about to awaken? Outside, the asteroid field seemed to hold its breath. The stars were no longer distant, they were watching. And Arya realized that her life had just changed forever. The ship, the serial number, and the warrior's legacy were no longer a story of the past. They were her story now. And someone, or something, was about to notice. The holographic figure hovered above the glowing armor, its light flickering gently like a heartbeat. Arya's breath caught in her chest. The alien warrior's eyes, bright and piercing, seemed to look straight through her. Every instinct screamed caution, yet every fiber of her being urged her closer. She stepped forward, her gloves brushing against the metal floor of the ancient ship. The console hummed beneath her fingers, alive with energy she didn't understand. Streams of alien symbols flowed across the walls, forming patterns she couldn't decipher, yet they felt familiar, as if a part of her memory remembered them. Her AI assistant hovered close, its soft light scanning the room continuously. Warning, Arya. Unknown protocols remain active. Proceed with extreme caution. She nodded, ignoring the warning. Caution had brought her this far, but curiosity had always been the true driver. She pressed her hand against the console again. The symbols shifted and rearranged themselves, revealing an image, a map of star systems, dotted with alien fleet positions and hidden bases. The holographic warrior gestured, pointing to specific locations on the map. Arya's eyes widened. These are battle plans. Coordinates. Entire fleets vanished along these paths. This is history and strategy combined. The Ari's lights flickered nervously. Analyzing. These coordinates indicate high-level operations from a lost alien warrior faction. Data is classified and extremely dangerous. A chill ran down Arya's spine. The ship, the armor, and the holographic figure, they weren't just relics. They were part of a living record, a legacy left behind to guide someone, her, perhaps through the remnants of a forgotten war. She moved deeper into the ship. Each step she took caused faint vibrations to travel through the metal floor, as if the ship itself were aware of her presence. Panels on the walls lit up, displaying images of alien warriors training, forging weapons, and commanding fleets. The scenes were frozen in time but seemed almost real, as though the ship were replaying memories from centuries past. Arya paused, staring at one particular image. A warrior, taller than any human, stood on the bridge of a massive starship. His armor gleamed, and his eyes glowed the same light as the holographic figure before her. He held a weapon, intricate and powerful, unlike anything she had ever seen. Beside him floated ships larger than cities, their designs elegant and deadly. Her heart pounded. This is the legacy, she whispered. The warrior, he wasn't just a soldier. He was a general, a strategist, a leader. The holographic figure gestured again, and a drawer opened from beneath the console. Inside lay a small, metallic cube. It pulsed with energy in time with the ship's hum. Arya carefully lifted it, feeling a subtle warmth run through her fingers. The cube projected a miniature hologram, a battlefield simulation. Tiny ships moved with precision, striking, evading, and attacking as if controlled by an invisible hand. This is tactical data, she said, awe and fear mixing in her voice. The warrior's mind, encoded in this cube. The AI buzzed urgently. Warning. Unauthorized activation may trigger defensive measures. Data indicates potential hostile interest in this legacy. Arya swallowed hard. She hadn't even touched the cube's controls yet, and already she could feel the weight of responsibility pressing down on her. Whoever had created this ship had left a message, a path, and a weaponized mind to guide the next generation. And now, it was in her hands. Suddenly, the ship shuddered. Dust and small debris rattled in the low-gravity environment. The lights flickered, and the hum grew louder, almost like a warning. Arya stepped back, heart racing. The holographic warrior turned, as if acknowledging the movement. "You have begun the legacy," a faint voice echoed inside her mind, matching the projection of the warrior. "But beware. Knowledge of the past can awaken forces that never rest." Arya's pulse quickened. Outside, in the empty darkness of the asteroid field, a shadow moved across the stars. It was distant, but unmistakable, a ship, sleek and alien, scanning the region. The legacy she had uncovered was not just a secret, it was a target, and now someone or something was looking for it. She clenched the cube tightly. She couldn't let it fall into the wrong hands. The warrior's legacy had survived centuries, hidden in dust and darkness, waiting for someone capable. That someone was her. Her AI assistant projected a small warning window. Incoming signal detected. Unidentified origin. Signal strength increasing rapidly. Arya's stomach tightened. She floated to a viewport and peered into the asteroid field. A shadow passed over the rocks, a massive ship, moving silently, methodically. It was unlike anything human-made. It had come for her. Her mind raced. She had to act, to understand the legacy before it was too late. The ship's logs, the armor, the cube, and the holographic figure, they were pieces of a puzzle centuries old. And somewhere in this puzzle lay power, knowledge, and danger beyond her imagination. She took a deep breath and steeled herself. The legacy was no longer hidden. She had unlocked the first part of it, but the real challenge was just beginning. Whoever had designed this ship had left it as a test, a guardian of secrets. And now, she was part of the test. Arya turned back to the holographic warrior. Its eyes glowed brighter, pulsing with the rhythm of the ship itself. The message was clear: learn the legacy, survive the dangers, and carry the knowledge forward or risk losing it forever. Outside, the alien ship drew closer. Inside, the forgotten warrior's secrets whispered through the halls. And in that moment, Arya understood her life, her mission, and the fate of a hidden part of the galaxy had just collided. The discovery was no longer hers alone. The asteroid field was silent, save for the faint hum of Arya's ship and the low vibration of the ancient alien vessel she had discovered. Yet, the quiet felt heavy, as if the darkness itself were watching. Arya floated near the console, the glowing cube clutched tightly in her hands. The holographic warrior still hovered above the armor, its eyes flickering, as if aware of every move she made. The sense of being observed pressed down on her chest, making her heart race. Then her scanner beeped sharply. Red alerts flashed across her visor. Unknown ships approaching, her AI assistant announced, its tone urgent. Multiple signatures detected. Trajectory indicates intercept course. Arya's breath caught. She had not expected company. Not here. Not now. She floated to a viewport, staring out into the dense asteroid field. Shadows moved between the rocks, sleek, alien shapes, larger than any patrol ship she had ever seen. They glided silently, precise and deadly. "They're looking for this ship," she whispered, more to herself than to the AI. "They know it exists." Her mind raced. Whoever or whatever these were, they were not ordinary scavengers or rogue explorers. These ships carried the weight of a hunter. And they were closing in fast. Arya glanced back at the alien vessel. Its hum had grown louder, more insistent, as if warning her. She touched the console again. Panels lit up, displaying new readings, defensive mechanisms embedded deep within the hull. The ship was not just a relic, it was prepared for intruders. AI, analyze the incoming ships, she ordered. The cube hovered closer to her, lights flickering. Analysis complete. Unknown technology. Shields and weapons exceed current human standards. Likely part of a lost alien faction. Extreme caution advised. Arya swallowed hard. This was no longer a simple discovery. She had stumbled upon a legacy centuries old, and now it was drawing attention. Dangerous attention. Suddenly, the ship shuddered beneath her. Panels along the walls glowed red, and a low alarm echoed through the corridors. A hidden hatch slid open, revealing strange, hovering drones. They were small, metallic, and sleek sensors blinking as they scanned the room. Arya froze. She had read about such defenses, but never in action. The drones moved slowly at first, circling her in patterns that were almost deliberate. Then, without warning, they accelerated, zooming toward her in coordinated bursts. "Ari, help me," she shouted, ducking as one of the drones zipped past her, narrowly missing her shoulder. "Defensive systems activated," the AI replied. "Recommend immediate retreat. Unknown threat level, extreme." But Arya could not leave. She had come too far, uncovered too much. If she abandoned the ship now, its secrets and the warrior's legacy would fall into the wrong hands. She grabbed the glowing cube and held it tightly, letting it guide her. The drones adjusted, sensing the cube's energy. Their movements became more erratic, almost cautious. The alien vessel seemed to respond, pulsing and humming, as if coordinating a defense strategy with her actions. Arya moved quickly, dodging the drones and activating panels along the walls. The ship's systems responded to her touch. Hidden compartments opened, releasing small energy shields that provided brief cover. She realized the ship itself was alive, guiding her, protecting her as it had for centuries. Outside, the alien ships drew closer, their movements calculated, deadly. Sensors on Arya's scout vessel detected faint energy beams sweeping the asteroid field, searching for life or anomalies. She could feel the danger pressing in from all sides. Her mind raced. How could she escape? The asteroid field offered cover, but these ships were precise, methodical. Every path she considered was monitored. The holographic warrior flickered, eyes glowing brighter. In her mind, she heard a voice, low and commanding, "Use the legacy. Protect it. Survive." Arya's fingers brushed against the cube. It pulsed in response, projecting a holographic map of the nearby asteroids, showing paths, traps, and hidden routes she could use. Her heart pounded. She had a chance, a small one, but it was enough. She activated a sequence on the console. Hidden panels on the ship shifted, revealing concealed engines and thrusters. The ancient vessel, long silent, began to stir, vibrating beneath her touch. Dust and debris floated around her as the hum grew louder, building into a steady, powerful rhythm. The alien drones zoomed toward her, but the ship's defense systems fired first. Energy blasts streaked through the corridors, intercepting the drones in mid-air. Sparks flew, and one of the drones exploded in a shower of metal fragments. Arya's eyes widened. The ship was fighting for her. It had waited centuries, not just to be found, but to protect the chosen one. She floated to the cockpit, her hands flying over the controls. The scout vessel was ready to launch, but she had to bring the alien ship with her. Every second counted. The intruders outside were closing in. A shadow passed over the viewport. One of the alien warships moved closer, scanning the area. Its weapons glinted faintly in the starlight. Arya felt a chill run down her spine. They were here, and they meant business. She took a deep breath, gripping the console. The legacy she had unlocked was alive, powerful, and dangerous. If she survived this, she would carry its secrets forward. If she failed, centuries of history would be lost forever. And then, with a sudden surge, the alien vessel responded. Thrusters ignited, and the ship lifted from its half-buried resting place. Dust and ice floated around it as it began to move, slow at first, then faster, dodging the incoming fire. Arya's pulse raced. The first sign of danger had arrived, and she had survived it, but only barely. The galaxy was watching now. The hunter had come. And the true test of the warrior's legacy was about to begin. The ancient ship hummed beneath Arya, alive with energy that seemed to pulse in time with her heartbeat. Outside the viewport, the alien warships moved silently, circling the asteroid field like predators waiting for their prey. Every second felt like a lifetime. Arya gripped the console tightly. She could feel the ship responding to her presence, almost as if it understood her fear and determination. The glowing cube floated beside her, pulsing steadily, guiding her hands to the controls. She had survived the first attack, but she knew it was only the beginning. Her AI assistant buzzed nervously. Incoming signals detected. Unknown origin. Extremely powerful. Recommendation: proceed with caution. Arya didn't answer. Her eyes were fixed on the holographic warrior hovering above the armor. Its light flickered, and for a brief moment, the figure seemed to bow slightly, acknowledging her presence. Then it gestured toward a hidden compartment in the floor. Curiosity and caution warred inside her. She moved carefully, opening the compartment. Inside lay a small device, round and metallic, covered in alien symbols. It hummed faintly, responding to her touch. The cube floated toward it, connecting with a small burst of energy. The holographic warrior's eyes glowed brighter. In her mind, she heard the faint echo of a voice, deep and commanding: connect the legacy. Learn the truth. Protect it. Arya hesitated, then pressed her fingers to the device. Instantly, her vision blurred, and a stream of images flooded her mind. She saw alien cities, massive fleets, and warriors moving with precision beyond anything human. She saw battles that had shaped entire galaxies, decisions made in the blink of an eye that had decided the fates of worlds. Her mind reeled. This was more than technology, it was knowledge, the very essence of the alien warrior's mind encoded into the device. The cube was a bridge, connecting her to a mind lost for centuries. She staggered back, breathing heavily. This is incredible," she whispered. "It's not just a ship, it's a library, a soldier, a legacy." The AI beeped urgently. "Warning. The signals you are receiving may attract attention. Unknown alien factions may be monitoring activity." Arya's stomach tightened. She had sensed it before, the distant shadows, the sleek ships moving through the asteroid field, but now it made sense. Whoever had created this ship and encoded the warrior's legacy had known it might be discovered. And whoever else existed in the galaxy would do anything to claim it. She floated to the cockpit, her fingers flying over the controls. The alien ship responded instantly, thrusters igniting and systems humming in harmony with her movements. The cube pulsed brighter, showing her paths through the asteroid field that the pursuing ships couldn't detect. AI, analyze these ships. Who could they be? She asked, voice tight. Analysis incomplete, the AI replied. Technology and energy signatures match no known human or friendly alien fleets. Likely hostile. Likely seeking the same legacy. A chill ran down Arya's spine. She realized the truth. This ship, the cube, the warrior's knowledge, they weren't just relics of the past. They were pieces of a larger conflict, one that had spanned centuries. And now, she had stepped into it. Her eyes flicked to the holographic warrior. The figure raised an arm, pointing toward the stars. Then, a faint glow traced a path through the asteroid field, a hidden route, shielded from sensors and patrols. The ship seemed to be guiding her, offering her a chance to escape, and to learn. Arya took a deep breath. She had survived the first attack. She had touched the legacy. But now she understood. The connection she felt with the ship and the cube was deeper than curiosity. She had to learn everything, the warrior's history, his knowledge, his strategies, before anyone else could find her. Suddenly, a pulse of energy rocked the ship. The viewport lit up with streaks of light. One of the alien warships had broken formation, launching a scanning beam directly at her. The ship shuddered, metal groaning under the strain. Arya's pulse quickened. AI. Evasive maneuvers. The ancient vessel responded instantly, weaving through the debris with impossible precision. Dust, ice, and rock flew past her, a deadly ballet of survival. The alien warship sensors swept the field, but the hidden route shimmered faintly, invisible to the pursuer. The holographic warrior's figure flickered, eyes glowing urgently. In her mind, she heard the command again: use the legacy. Learn. Survive. Protect. Arya's hands moved over the controls, following the path the ship had revealed. She could feel the cube's energy flowing into her fingertips, guiding her every decision. The alien ship dodged rocks and twisted through the asteroid field like a phantom. Minutes felt like hours. Her chest burned, her muscles screamed, but she didn't stop. The pursuing ships were relentless, but the legacy, the warrior, the ship, the cube was stronger. Finally, the last alien warship fell behind, unable to match the maneuverability of the ancient vessel. The asteroid field swallowed it, and silence returned, heavy and suffocating. Arya floated in the cockpit, sweat beading on her forehead. Her hands trembled as she clutched the cube. The Ari's lights flickered softly, indicating that the immediate danger had passed. But Arya knew it was only temporary. The galaxy had noticed her. She turned to the holographic warrior. Its eyes glowed steadily now, calm but commanding. She understood the message clearly: the legacy was alive. The alien connection was real. And her journey had only just begun. Somewhere out there, in the shadows of space, others would come searching. But she had the advantage now: knowledge, guidance, and the warrior's legacy. Arya's lips curved into a determined smile. She would protect it. She would survive. And she would uncover every secret the ancient ship held, no matter the cost. The galaxy was watching. And now, she was ready. Arya floated in the cockpit, heart pounding as the ancient ship glided silently through the asteroid field. The cube hovered beside her, pulsing faintly with energy, like a heartbeat in the darkness. For a moment, the silence was comforting. She allowed herself a brief breath, but it lasted only a heartbeat. The AI beeped urgently. Incoming signals detected. Multiple sources. Unknown technology. Probability of hostile engagement high. Arya's stomach tightened. It wasn't just one ship anymore. The galaxy had noticed her discovery. Whoever had been searching for the lost warrior's legacy had sent reinforcements, and now, they were closing in. She floated to the viewport, scanning the vast darkness. Tiny lights appeared far off, glimmering like stars, but they weren't stars. They moved with precision, forming triangular formations, circling closer with deadly intent. These ships weren't merely hunters, they were part of a well-organized fleet. The pulse of their engines hinted at advanced technology, far beyond anything human-made. The holographic warrior's figure flickered above the armor. Its eyes glowed with steady intensity. In her mind, she heard the faint echo again: the threat has arrived. Prepare. Survive. Protect the legacy. Arya's pulse quickened. This wasn't a battle she could run from. The alien connection, the cube, the ship, and the holographic warrior had given her a chance, but the galaxy itself was shifting against her. Her hands moved over the console, activating hidden thrusters and deploying energy shields along the hull. The ancient ship responded instantly, adapting to her commands, weaving through the asteroid field with unnatural precision. She felt the vessel's guidance, as if the warrior's legacy were alive in every panel, every circuit. AI, analyze the incoming fleet. What do we know about them? She asked, voice tight with tension. Analysis inconclusive, the AI replied. Energy signatures do not match any known civilization. Likely a rogue faction seeking the same legacy. Extremely dangerous. Caution advised. Arya swallowed hard. Rogue faction or not, they were determined, organized, and deadly. And now, they knew she had the ancient ship and the cube. She was a target. Suddenly, the lead ship of the fleet fired a scanning beam directly toward the asteroid field. Arya's ship shuddered under the pulse, dust and ice rattling along the walls. She pressed her palms to the controls, guiding the ship as it twisted and dodged through the debris. Every movement had to be precise, or they would catch her. The holographic warrior flickered again, eyes glowing brighter. In her mind, the message became clearer: use the legacy. The knowledge is your weapon. Outwit them. Arya glanced at the cube. It pulsed faster, projecting a holographic map of the fleet's positions, their paths, and weak points. For the first time, she realized the full scope of what she held. The warrior's legacy wasn't just a record of the past. It was a guide, a tactical advantage designed for someone clever enough to use it. Her pulse raced. The rogue fleet closed in, but the cube's guidance showed her a path through the asteroid field that they could not predict. She activated the ship's main thrusters, weaving between floating rocks and debris with breathtaking speed. Energy shields flared as stray pulses from the enemy's sensors grazed the hull. Minutes stretched into what felt like hours. The fleet adapted, scanning more aggressively, but the ancient ship responded with fluid, almost instinctive precision. Arya could feel the connection between herself, the cube, and the vessel growing stronger. She was no longer just a passenger. She was part of the legacy now. Then, from the shadows of a massive asteroid, a larger ship emerged, bigger, faster, and more heavily armed than the others. It fired a pulse directly at the ancient vessel. Arya's stomach dropped. The blast rocked the ship, sending debris tumbling through the corridors. She struggled to regain control, but the cube pulsed, guiding her hands, helping her navigate through the deadly field. The holographic warrior appeared again, this time stepping forward, pointing to the large enemy ship. In her mind, she heard the command clearly: outsmart them. Use knowledge. Survival depends on strategy. Arya's mind raced. She realized the key was not fighting head-on. The rogue fleet relied on force and technology, but the ancient ship had intelligence, strategic cunning encoded in its systems. She manipulated the ship's thrusters, leading the enemy into a narrow gap between massive asteroids. The pursuing ships struggled to follow, their weapons unable to fire accurately in the tight space. She breathed deeply, focusing on every detail. The cube pulsed faster, almost like cheering her on. Every obstacle, every turn, every calculation brought her closer to survival. Finally, the fleet faltered. Several ships collided with asteroids or were forced to retreat. The large enemy vessel fired one last pulse before vanishing into the darkness. The asteroid field fell silent again, except for the low hum of the ancient ship and the cube. Arya floated in the cockpit, trembling, sweat on her brow. She had survived. But she knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy had noticed the legacy, and there were more threats coming. She turned to the holographic warrior. Its eyes glowed steadily now, as if approving her actions. The message was clear: the legacy was alive, powerful, and dangerous. And Arya had just begun to understand its true potential. Somewhere in the vast darkness of space, other hunters would arrive. But for now, she had survived. And with the knowledge of the warrior at her side, she was ready for whatever the galaxy would throw at her next. The threat had arrived. The legacy had been awakened. And Arya's journey was only beginning. Arya floated in the cockpit, her eyes fixed on the glowing cube. Its pulsing light reflected off the walls of the ancient ship, casting flickering shadows across her face. 4 hours, she had evaded the rogue fleet, guided by the ship's instincts and the warrior's knowledge. But now, she knew it was time to uncover the truth hidden within the legacy. She placed the cube into a slot on the central console. The ship responded immediately, lights brightening and panels shifting as if waking from a long slumber. Holographic symbols flashed across the walls, forming a pattern she could understand, or at least begin to. The holographic warrior appeared again, its form solid and commanding. Its glowing eyes fixed on her, and in her mind, she heard the words clearly: the full truth awaits. The legacy is more than history. It is power, strategy, and responsibility. Are you ready? Arya swallowed hard. I'm ready, she whispered. She had no choice. This was what she had come for. The cube pulsed violently, projecting a map of the galaxy. Stars, planets, and fleets blinked across the projection, connected by glowing lines and nodes. She realized the serial number had been a key all along, unlocking not just the ship, but the full knowledge of an entire war strategy. This is incredible, she breathed. The legacy isn't just about him. It's about entire civilizations, battles, and secrets, long forgotten. The holographic warrior stepped closer. In her mind, she saw visions of the alien soldier's life, his training, his victories, his losses. He had been a general, a leader, a strategist who shaped the fates of countless worlds. Every decision, every battle, every sacrifice had been recorded within this ship, encoded into the cube, preserved for someone capable of understanding it. Arya's pulse quickened. So, the serial number, it wasn't random. It was a guide. A map. A test. The warrior's eyes glowed brighter, almost approvingly. Yes. Only one who can survive, adapt, and protect may inherit the full legacy. Others are not ready. A sudden alert blinked on the console. The rogue fleet had returned, larger this time. Ships she hadn't seen before, faster and more advanced, were scanning the asteroid field. They were drawn to the legacy, hunting her and the ship. Arya's stomach tightened. She had the knowledge, yes, but could she survive the next encounter? The holographic warrior's figure flickered, then pointed to a sequence of symbols on the console. They represented hidden pathways, ambush points, and ancient traps scattered across the asteroid field. The ship could navigate them, but only if she trusted the legacy. She pressed the sequence into the controls. Thrusters ignited, and the ancient vessel lifted smoothly from its hiding place. Outside, the rogue fleet closed in, but Arya was ready. She maneuvered the ship through narrow passages between massive asteroids, using the hidden pathways revealed by the warrior's knowledge. The cube pulsed faster, projecting tactical data she could understand. The warrior's strategies flowed into her mind like a river, showing her the best way to evade, confuse, and outsmart the enemy. She realized the legacy wasn't just history, it was living intelligence, a weapon in itself. A large enemy ship fired a pulse of energy, striking near the ancient vessel. Sparks flew, and metal groaned, but the ship responded instantly, twisting and spinning with impossible agility. Arya felt a surge of confidence. With the legacy guiding her, she could face anything. Then the full revelation came. The cube projected a holographic figure of the alien warrior in his prime. He raised his hand, pointing to a distant star system. In her mind, she heard the command, "Within these coordinates lies the ultimate secret." A weapon, yes, but also knowledge. Knowledge that can reshape the galaxy. Protect it. Learn it. Use it wisely. Arya's eyes widened. The legacy was bigger than she had imagined. The serial number, the ship, the cube, they were all pieces of a grand design, waiting for someone capable. She realized that her role was not just to survive, but to become the guardian of this knowledge, the inheritor of a warrior's life work. Her pulse raced. Outside, the rogue fleet had regrouped, but now she had an advantage they could not anticipate. The ancient ship responded to her instincts, guided by the warrior's encoded strategies. Every maneuver, every twist, every calculated move allowed her to stay just ahead of the hunters. Arya floated back, gripping the console. She knew what she had to do next. The galaxy would never be the same once the legacy was fully awakened. She had survived attacks, unlocked secrets, and now held the knowledge of an alien warrior lost to time. But the warning in the holographic voice echoed in her mind, "The galaxy will test you. Many will come. Only the worthy will endure." Arya took a deep breath, determination filling her chest. The full revelation was hers. The legacy was alive. And the galaxy would soon learn that she, the chosen explorer, was no longer just a human in a vast universe, she was the guardian of a forgotten power. Outside, stars stretched endlessly, but Arya's focus was clear. The path ahead was dangerous, uncertain, but with the warrior's legacy guiding her, she was ready for whatever awaited. The revelation was complete. And now, the real journey began. The stars stretched endlessly before Arya as the ancient ship glided silently through the asteroid field. The rogue fleet had been forced to retreat, for now. Dust and ice floated in the wake of the vessel, glimmering like tiny diamonds under the faint light of distant suns. Yet, the silence that followed was heavy, filled with anticipation. Arya floated in the cockpit, gripping the console. The glowing cube hovered beside her, pulsing rhythmically. She could feel the energy flowing between the ship, the cube, and herself, a connection stronger than anything she had ever experienced. She had unlocked the warrior's legacy, survived attacks, and evaded a fleet determined to claim it. But she knew this was only the beginning. The holographic warrior appeared once more, his form more solid and real than ever before. His eyes glowed steadily, and in her mind, she heard the words clearly: the galaxy is awake. The legacy has been found. Now, your journey begins. Protect it. Teach it. Use it wisely. The future depends on it. Arya's pulse quickened. She realized that the legacy wasn't just a weapon, a ship, or knowledge, it was a responsibility. Whoever had left it behind had trusted her to continue a mission centuries in the making. And now, the galaxy itself would test her resolve. She floated to the viewport, staring into the endless void. Far in the distance, faint signals blinked. Unknown ships. Unknown fleets. She could feel them watching, searching, waiting for a chance to strike. But this time, she wasn't alone. She had the ship, the cube, and the knowledge of an alien warrior guiding her. Her AI assistant buzzed softly. Scanning the region, multiple anomalies detected. Coordinates match encrypted paths from the legacy. Arya's eyes widened. The legacy had more to reveal: hidden locations, secret technologies, and knowledge that could change the balance of power in the galaxy. The serial number she had found, the cube she held, and the ship beneath her hands were all keys to something far larger than she had imagined. Suddenly, the ship shuddered. A faint glow emanated from the hull, pulsing with energy. Panels shifted, revealing new compartments. The vessel had been waiting for her to reach this stage, revealing more of its secrets only when she was ready. Arya floated carefully, touching the newly revealed panels. Holographic projections lit up the room, displaying alien cities, battle plans, and advanced technologies. The cube pulsed, linking each projection together, showing her a vast network of knowledge spanning countless worlds. This is beyond anything I imagined," she whispered. "The warrior, he left me everything. Not just his story, but his wisdom. His life's work." The holographic warrior's eyes glowed brighter. "Use it wisely. Knowledge is power, but also danger. Many will come. Be prepared." Arya's heart pounded. Outside, the void of space was still, but she could feel the galaxy stirring. Other forces had taken notice. She wasn't just a guardian now, she was a target. The rogue fleet had been only the beginning. Others would follow, drawn by the legacy's power. She took a deep breath and floated to the cockpit controls. The ship responded instantly, guiding her through hidden paths in the asteroid field. She could feel the cube's energy flowing into her hands, giving her clarity, precision, and speed beyond what she thought possible. Her mind raced with possibilities. The legacy could protect humanity, reveal lost knowledge, and perhaps even change the course of the galaxy. But with great power came great risk. Every choice she made from now on could have consequences she couldn't yet foresee. Suddenly, a faint signal appeared on her sensors, a tiny blip, distant, but unmistakable. Someone or something was approaching. Faster than anything she had encountered before. Her pulse quickened. Arya turned to the holographic warrior. Its eyes glowed with a warning she could feel deep in her bones. In her mind, the voice echoed, "Your journey begins anew. The legacy will be tested. Stand ready." She gripped the console, feeling the cube pulsing faster than ever. The ship hummed beneath her, alive and aware. Dust and ice swirled around the cockpit as the vessel prepared to move, not just to survive, but to lead. The distant blip grew larger on the sensors. Shadows moved between the stars. The next threat had arrived. Arya's lips curved into a determined smile. She had unlocked the warrior's legacy, survived impossible odds, and uncovered secrets that could reshape the galaxy. But the real challenge was only beginning. The galaxy would test her. Others would come. And she would be ready. The stars stretched endlessly, but Arya's focus was clear. The legacy was alive. She was its guardian. And the new beginning, the true journey, was about to unfold. The galaxy had awakened. And Arya was ready to face whatever came next.